Okay, here we go. So, we have all the cards ready to go. They are shuffled and we are ready to go ahead and pick them out. Again, we'll do the first 3 and then we'll save these ones for last, the universal cards, for the final message. So, let's go ahead. Gort Ivy. Gort Ivy. Ooh. And I love the, this one is my Celtic tree oracle, and I love the Celtic symbols that are associated with it, and I like to use them just with protection and with, just good luck or whatever, just putting them somewhere on your body, just drawing them, not actually even physically drawing them, just using your finger and having the intention that it goes over your heart or over your third eye or just something like that, just that kind of intention can go wonders. It can do great things. So when we talk about this one, we'll discuss probably what I feel like the heart for this one, but as I go later on, we'll see for sure. I'm drawn to the fact that ivy can be a very invasive plant. That's why they don't like it whenever you grow ivy on the house and stuff like that, because they can be very aggressive, which makes me wonder what this one's going to be completely about. But they're very beautiful plants. Ivy is a very strong plant, so having to do with some strength. And I'm getting from it not really being like aggressive as in hurting others, but aggressive in going after what you want. Not letting anything or anyone stop you. Okay. And with our unicorns, polarity. The art on this one is so beautiful. It says, integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. Which is a very big thing in the fact that sorry, I just saw oh, sorry. This is so beautiful that we've got polarity, and then we have imagination on the bottom, and envision a new reality, give yourself permission to dream, believe in ultimate possibilities. And then we have, when I cut the deck, when I pulled it from this one, is compassion. Be gentle with yourself. Forgiveness will set you free. See the light in yourself and others. So we've got the head and the heart. So it's, oh, that's so beautiful. Head and heart cohesion while integrating your shadow side. Because you have to become whole, you have to become one. So you're not separate anymore. You're using your head and your heart. I'm going to put those ones out because I just have to add those in because that was just perfect. And I just got to find it. Because of course I decided to, close it up and not. Because, using both of those. And, I think what I'll do is let's try something different today. Let's go ahead and flip it around. And we'll do this. Let's try this. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like try something different today. Because you know, life is all about trying new things. So that way people can kind of see this one. Okay. So that's what we have so far. And then the swan, surrender to the flow. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. I'm going to leave that one as it is because of the fact that it just, I feel like, I always keep looking at the bottoms because I'm just like curious. So we'll add the other one in there. The goat, believe in yourself, which is actually really interesting. Which you do need to believe in yourself to be able to surrender to the flow, because you have to have faith and trust in yourself to be able to, you know, think that nothing is going to happen to you. So much. I'm going to read this one, and only this one. We'll use these to kind of like coincide with it, but yeah, I don't want to take up too much of people's time because, you know, I also too have to, or not have to, but choose to go to work, and that's important. Okay, the totems for this one are spiders and wolf, and I did a reading a couple days ago talking about the spider, and we discussed the significance of the spider. And so the deities or guides, the weaver aspect of the goddess, the spider woman, Arachne, and Neith, the three fates. Oh, so this is working with the three fates. Labyrinth, inner knowing, steady growth, determination, which kind of went hand in hand with what I said earlier about being assertive, being aggressive, soul searching, spiral dance, DNA, and spiritual journey. That reminds me of the DNA activation that I was hearing about in other readers, that we're all going through a DNA activation during this ascension. So, okay. The Gort Ivy initiates in the 11th lunation. Ivy often grows in spirals and always towards the light. That's interesting. I did not know that one. It offers us a pattern to model for individuation. There's that word again. Individuation. That was something that I was listening to earlier today. And soul growth. It can grow almost anywhere, even pushing through concrete and walls. It never gives up. It is thought that there were once 13 astrological signs. I remember hearing about this. That Virgo may originally have been divided into two signs, one of which was named for Arachne, an aspect of the Great Mother, as spinner and creator of the physical world. Ivy promises growth, resurrection, and renewal, and wolf is our guide and protector as we move into our shadow to gain, there's the polarity, as we move into our shadow to gain insight. Ivy promises triumph. The Ocon for this plant is Gort in the letter G. Gort Ivy. When you get Ivy in a reading, you are called into the labyrinth of your own inner knowing. You are asked to spiral into yourself and spend time at your very core. It is here that you can merge with the universal life force of regeneration and rebirth. Here you can expect to receive new direction and guidance from Spirit. The answers lie within you. But to access them, you are asked to journey to your soul's inner light. You can enter this internal realm through meditation, by listening to uplifting spiritual music, via ceremony and ritual, by taking quiet time for reflection, or through dreams and journaling. This is a great time to hire a spiritual coach or therapist to help you in this process. Ivy reminds you that you are created perfectly and that you can trust yourself. Because ivy grows in a spiral, you may be revisiting old stories and wounds at this time. Ivy reassures you that you are indeed growing towards the light. You are encouraged to look at these recurring themes from a new perspective. You are traveling through those tender places for another level of healing in your soul growth. Ivy brings you persistence and determination towards your goals. She encourages you not to give up, but to keep going, keep growing. She reminds you that you are incarnated to create and to enjoy your life. Look at the fabric that you are creating in your life. If you don't like something, understand that you are the creator. Simply take out those strands and weave in new strands of self-love, self-appreciation, and gratitude, or whatever qualities you feel in need of. Remove strands of beliefs or old programs that are creating problems in your life. Okay, with the ivy, this is that soul journey that you go on to dive deep into yourself, to understand why you do what you do, and to understand that darker side of you that sometimes comes out when you aren't aware, or those parts of you that are not benefiting you in any way. And telling you that you can trust yourself in this journey, that you are trying to reach for the light, that you are trying to grow and heal and let go of things that are no longer needed. I understand this journey. I am on the same path. I've been on it for a little while. It feels like a long time. 3 years is definitely a long time, but at the same time, it's still not as long as some other people that have more experience in that. Really looking at your life and knowing that you are the creator of your life, and doing what it takes to get to where you are joyful and that you are happy with where you are in life. Because if you aren't happy somewhere, you need to really take a good hard look at what you are doing so that you can get there. Because it all boils down to a choice. So sometimes we have things that are going on in our lives that we don't realize are on autopilot. Especially old beliefs and programs that were given to us by our parents, by other people that are no longer in our lives, or people that are still in our lives that we feel like we can't do without. You know, it's letting go of all of that negativity to create the life that you want and deserve. So, yeah, I would say the heart. That is definitely a heart and mind activation, where you can put the symbol in those locations, over the heart or over the mind. This is it again, if you want to look at the little symbol. Oh, wrong way. And for polarity, we have all played in the shadows and dabbled in darkness throughout different lifetimes. There is no judgment from the divine on what you did or didn't do in this or any other incarnation. Source sees you as wholly lovable and worthy, even if you were a part of destruction or deception. In other times, only we hold ourselves in judgment and punish ourselves because we feel we are anything less than our pure light. These unicorns show you that there cannot be light without the dark. There cannot be day without the night. Just as you could not have the capacity to hold the level of light that you do now if you had not plunged deep into the darkness before, you would not appreciate the good things you have now if you had not experienced their opposite. This polarity serves you beautifully. Rather than trying to discover your shadow side, be proud of it. Rather than to disown your shadow side, be proud of it. Own it and integrate it. When you do this, it can no longer hold power over you, and you can start to love and accept every part of yourself. Doing this brings you true freedom. Freedom from the penance you believe you have to pay for being less than pure. Freedom from the lie of original sin that has shackled humanity for centuries. Freedom from unworthiness and from feeling less than others. You are perfect just as you are, with your light and your dark. That really, really hits a whole different note for me. And the disowning part. I had a revelation today in recognizing shadow parts of me in my own children, and when I confronted my kids about it, I realized that I was just projecting onto them, and there were shadow things about myself that I had not accepted about me, and that I was finding negatively in my children. And when they pointed it back at me, when they pointed that mirror back at me, it was like, oh crap. So I had to sit and actually look at what was bothering me, and it always comes down to me. It always comes down to something I am not accepting in myself or I don't see. And so it was really profound in the fact that I had to stop and look at those shadow attributes, but then turn around and create something positive out of that shadow attribute. Because instead of just owning it and saying, oh, I don't like this and this is not a good thing, it's looking at it and saying, you know what, there's a good use for this, that this is important. Like, there's a positive way of looking at this attribute, and that's the integration part. That's the integration part of where you can take something and make it into something positive out of it. That's the alchemy. That's when you start becoming the alchemist. Now let's go to the swan. Which definitely goes hand in hand with needing to use these two things for that polarity part, where the compassion, your heart, you have to be forgiving, you have to, see the light in yourself and others. So when you are integrating that shadow part, looking at it from a compassionate and positive point of view and using your imagination, so caring at it, being gentle with yourself, and thinking of something from a different perspective. So it's using these two things to be able to actually combine it and to actually own it. Very interesting. Okay. The swan. The swan is shown moving in a graceful dance. She shows us how to surrender to the flow of life. We do not always know why things happen, but life knows, and they happen with good reason. She also tells us it's time to surrender to the flow of those around us. When this card appears, the swan goddess is asking us to take the time to start working on our deep connections, those connections with our loved ones and oftentimes friends who are close. She also asks us to express our inner child. It is time to raise your self-esteem. It's time to raise our self-esteem and be aware of the beauty others see in us. It's okay to be you. It's okay to love yourself for you. Seek what is deep below, not just on the surface. She gives us this message to carry with us. I love and accept myself unconditionally as I am in this moment. I love and accept myself unconditionally as I am in this moment. That's very beautiful, because how often do we sit there and say, well, I'll love myself when I weigh less, or I'll love myself when I have more money, or I'll give love to myself when, I have a relationship, or when I have kids, or, whatever it may be. When I get a new job, I'll love myself. When I get that new haircut. Really and truly, it's loving yourself unconditionally. Unconditionally means that there are no conditions. That you love yourself no matter what. That you see who you are in the moment and appreciate and find beauty in who you are. I know that's a hard one for people. I personally have struggled with that one so much. I'll love myself whenever I weigh, this much. Or, I'll love myself when, I have money and I'll be happier and less stressful. There's always going to be an excuse. Why not start doing it now? Or just even attempting to, The goat is a symbol of new endeavors, telling us it is time for new goals and to reach for the moon. I feel like that one should be sun. I feel like the sun is a lot further. If you reach for the sun, you'll eventually hit the moon if you don't get that far. She is asking us to have faith that we will land on our feet. When pulled, she is letting us know it is time to plot a course and take action. Oftentimes we don't act because we are afraid of failure. The goat goddess is asking us to have abundance of faith in yourself, and your goals will follow. She is asking us to work on our self-esteem issues. Where do they really come from? Is it low due to other people in our lives? She is asking us to let go of things that may have been said to us because that is their opinion, and the only opinion about us that matters is the one we have for ourselves. Much like scaling the sides of a mountain, the goat is asking us to have the courage to take the treacherous path. So really and truly, all of this is a message of how to traverse this inner journey. If you're going inward, you need to work on having compassion and imagination and being able to integrate your shadow side with your light side and finding it. And from there, you have to be able to surrender to the flow and just let go of trying to control things. And then there's also believing in yourself in the whole scheme of it all, knowing that you will survive this, that you will make it through. That is the ascension journey, really and truly. Ascension is not like you're lifting up physically. I mean, it can happen as you internally do it, but ascension is going within and healing parts of you and clearing out all the garbage of what people have said to hurt you, or what you say to yourself, because you still think it, and so therefore you speak it. Those things, clearing it all out to be able to become the person that you're meant to be. I honor how I want to feel, which is definitely perfect for all of this, because of the fact that how you want to feel and how you feel right now are two different things. We all want to feel peace and love, joy, miracles, magic, freedom. We all want to feel that. But in order to feel that, you have to go through the darkness. You have to go through all that dirt and garbage and muck, whatever it may be, to get to the stars, to the shiny, to the positivity, because you can't take this stuff with you. You cannot take the the non-unconditional love. Like, you can't take conditional love with you to get here. You can't have conditions on how you're going to love, or who you're going to love, or, how you're going to feel. You have to surrender that. You can't take with you doubt to get here. Straight, unwavering belief in yourself, knowing that you're on the path that you're supposed to be on, and that you are meant to take this route, even if you're on a path that you're completely all alone. I took the lonely path. I still am considered crazy by my kids. That's okay. I actually find it funny now, because it doesn't bother me anymore. I really don't have anybody on this path. I'm slightly talking to people, but nobody close to me. I discuss a little bit with my kids, but they think I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and that's okay, because I know differently. I know that one day they'll go on this exact same path, and I will be right here, holding my arms out, waiting for them to come home. And the same thing, I would have to say, I hold space for you to be able to do that as well. I'm here for you, and I know you can take this journey. It's not going to be easy, but it's so worth it. It is so worth it. It is worth every single thing that I have gone through, and that I went through, and that I've experienced. It's so worth it. I love you all, and bless you all, and have a beautiful rest of your day. I love you.